Welcome back everyone to Missions 101, where today we are going to be running the first two missions of the 10th and final set of missions here at Anach. So let's speak with Horn and see what our first mission is. A new clutch. I have a new mission for you, Pineleaf. My scouts have returned from Carabrain. In addition to being used as a base of attack against our forces in Eredmithrin, the cold drakes of the Frost Horde have transformed Carabrain into a crude nursery for their new clutch of eggs. Unless these eggs are destroyed, we shall soon have to contend with an even greater threat and greater numbers of dragonkind. You're to travel to Carabrain and destroy the eggs of the Frost Horde for the Zeruka! For the Gabil Aha! Alright. And let's see what the twist is. Reinforcements! Oh goody! Although it once served as a camp for the Ungolidain, Carabrain has fallen to the Frost Horde. There, the cold drakes of Eredmithrin lay their eggs within the ruined walls. Your mission is to destroy cold drake eggs at Carabrain. Alright, what do you do? Put a torch next to them? Well, let's go and find out. It's time for us to head in and deal with this new clutch of eggs. And of course, we need to wait for the Frost Horde to pop in here. Here's a Hobgoblin, 141 of 160. That means we need to kill 19 more Hobgoblins in order to finish this quest. Or in order to finish that deed, that is. So let's do that. Now, I don't think there are 19 Hobgoblins in this mission, though, so I'm not going to be doing that then, but I'm certainly not going to go out of my way to avoid fighting Hobgoblins. Now, I like to go on the side further, partly because the eggs are on the side, so I will obviously want to go along in that direction. Oh, hello! Didn't see you around there. Say hello to my spear. Really make sharp arguments, right? Alright, I think I've used that one too many times. Now let's see. Let's take care of that egg. Now the last time I was in here going against the Frost Horde, the eggs were presents, just that they weren't clickable because they were just showing, they were there just for show. But yes, there are missions where these eggs are significant. Or I guess mission, because this is the only one that involves breaking eggs in this location. There are other quests relating to egg breaking. I think there might be another mission somewhere, probably at Stormwall, that involves that. And then there are a couple of landscape quests that involve breaking eggs. Now, which nests have active eggs depends on the specific. It's random. I guess that's the way it's going. So your specific instance will probably have slightly different ones from the others. So sometimes I can very quickly get all of the eggs simply because all the ones I'm looking for are nice and close together. For example, we have right up there, there could be 4, or I think there was one time where I found 5 eggs up there. There are 4 this time, it looks like. And it looks like that's not going to be enough more to finish, because I once actually finished all of the eggs just when I got up here, just by going down the side up here. But that's the exception and not the rule. The point is that exactly where the eggs are varies from run to run. But now let's deal with these. Boom. Crack. Bang. stick it with the spear. I guess I'm going to have to get by this one too. Well, actually, the other thing is I could go through the hobgoblin instead. In fact, that might be a good idea considering I need to kill some hobgoblins, right? So I might as well take a path that favors killing hobgoblins instead of one that favors killing drakes. Since I've killed all the dragonkin I need to take care of. And I am getting pretty close to finishing that deed. Maybe just one or two missions. I'm trying to think, are there any more Frost Horde, or I should say Hobgoblin missions that are left? Since this is the last pair of missions, or I should say last set of missions, but the first pair in that set, then obviously for the purposes of this show, that this will be our last opportunity. Oh well, I should have figured it would breathe that fire faster than I could do anything about it. And get out of this cold vulnerability area. Well, oh, actually, that's cold vulnerability. Now I got the freezing metal thing that I was actually trying to escape. And look at this. Both of the eggs I need are right here. There you go. One down. Two down. Alright, that takes care of that. Now, let's see. Is it possible for me to grab this hobgoblin without... Actually, the drake might not notice. I thought so. That's always a possibility if there are different species. That attacking the hobgoblins doesn't necessarily bring out the ire of the nearby drakes. Well, especially when that one is facing in the wrong direction in order to notice anything anyway. Probably taking a snooze. What do you say? Are you taking a snooze? Well, that will show the Frostford Pineleaf. Let's report your success to Horing. Let's go back. I have returned, and I've dealt with some eggs. Is it done? Wonderful! If the Frostward can't bolster their numbers, our victory is assured. I hope so. Now, for my second mission, I'm going to take one from Ozma, and that's because I'm trying to balance the length of the missions for this set, because there are a number of long ones here. This one I'm going to take now is a medium long one. It's called Collapsing the Old Paths. My scouts have come back from the Glimmerdeep. They have found an old mine overrun with dourhands. Those dwarves were seen digging in some of the old and unsafe tunnels. We must put a stop to their mining efforts and collapse the old tunnel entrances until the time when we can properly and safely survey them. So we need to collapse the old paths. All right. I guess I can do that. And what else? Dourhands have found the Glimmerdeep and seek to mine what they can from its depths. Your mission is to collapse the old mining tunnels in the Glimmerdeep, and this has the infamous never-ending twist to it. Monsters of this mission will continue to join the fight until their entry point is destroyed. Fortunately, this one does have its limits on when it respawns things, but let's head out there and find out. We have arrived in the Glimmerdeep, so now let's go and collapse some tunnels. And first, let's see if some of those dourhands will spawn in. This is always one because I always forget exactly where the... okay, they are in. Alright. Because the dourhands don't spawn in a close location, so I keep on forgetting exactly where I need to go in relation to that. Let's start out with killing this one. Now, I need to go up that platform that is to my right. I want to have a clear path before I go down it, because if I don't, then I'll be regretting that later. So I want this one also. So I want to have a clear path to those tunnels. Now, the overseers that are in front, I don't want to kill them because they respawn. They're the ones that are replaced. But this, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. So those two overseers are replaced. And what happens is if there are fewer than 2 overseers in front of the tunnel, then additional overseers will spawn. So that there will always be... It looks like there's always 2. I've never seen more than 2. And whenever there are fewer than 2, I see them respawn. So I presume that's what they do until, of course, you collapse the tunnel in question. So, of course, the question is, how do we collapse the tunnels? And as you can see, you probably guessed by now if you've seen that sapper sitting over there. But let's deal with these Dara hands, where I definitely don't have a deed for these. So if there were a deed for it, which I don't think there is one here, then it's already completed. Likely thing with the number of Dara hands that are around. Now, in any case, we are in the Glimmer Deep, so not exactly someplace where I think most of the Dara hands we run into are in missions out here in places like the Glimmer Deep. So not exactly fodder for creating Elder Slade deeds for him. Alright, we'll go and take care of this one first. Boom! That's interesting. Every other time I've ever done this mission, I've always managed to get both of those at the same time. I mean, both of the Dara hands. I don't think I've ever managed to gain the ire of only one of them at a time. So I was very much surprised when only one attacked me there. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. Well, unless I find out what happened and maybe repeat it. But I suspect the other 3 are going to be both Dara hands. Yeah, and they can be annoying, of course, because they like to punch me in the face. Then I'll punch the... Okay, I'll poke it with a stick. A very sharp stick. A stick with a metallic point. Now, that's the first one dealt with. They won't respawn now because their tunnel is closed. So oh, did I pass the... Yeah, I passed this right over here. When I was first doing this, I did go past there and circle all the way around like that, which is a bit longer. So it's much shorter if you take the shortcut and don't get lost in it. As you see, I occasionally can miss the turn there. You move a little bit faster when you're carrying the sapper there. But I guess you're going around carrying explosives. See, that time I got both of the dwarves. Aha! That's right. That's his welcome gift. Hello there. May I stun you? And doesn't wait for a response before it goes and does so. Now, one overseer at a time. And the number of times... That's the problem with these guys. They stun you, and then they stun you a second time, then I'm sure I'll get stunned a third time because this one's going to win its turn to stun me. Actually, if that's assuming he lives long enough, which apparently he doesn't do. That is 2 of them down. Actually, before I go about and do that, let's deal with this blaster. Since he's going to be in the way for my next place I'm going to be heading. I'm going to be heading up there. And I want to make sure I've got a reasonably clear path when I do so. Yeah, alright, I will grab this blaster. And I can deal with that. I think those are the only two I'm going to have to worry about. I'm going to come up here. There is a tunnel right over there, and the other one is down that ramp there. So this is the path leading to the next two of them. But since the tunnels are guarded by a pair of signatures, I thought maybe I better clear out a little ways first. And now I can head back. There you go. Up and down. Back up this point, and we will take the third cipher. Yes, this has a supply of all four of the ones you need. It's not like you have to find another supply or anything. Like, I don't even know if there's another supply. I have yet to find one. And the first time I ran this, I had no idea about this path that I'm taking on how I do it. This is after doing it a couple of times and finally concluding that this is the optimal way to do it, at least based on what I know about it. Maybe there's another path that gives it to you, but I think the first time I did it, I got completely lost in all. Because just muddling my way through here, because Glimmer Deep is one of those places where I very, very easily get lost. And now I am here again. And at least for this particular small section, I know how to get around. And while it looks like I was able to find my way reasonably around in the Glimmer Deep for a few of the other missions, I'll just say that if I hadn't done this mission several times already, I'll still be going, huh, what do I do now? So familiarity with the mission is the only thing that is keeping me from being totally lost while going through here. Alright, now here we go. And now for the final one of these. Oopsie daisy. And of course we are going to have to kill 2 more Dour Hands in order to finish things off after this. Here we go. Down the stairs. And boom! Collapse the last of the tunnels. Now, the 2-minute timer has just started. So it takes me more than 2 minutes to... Well, it shouldn't take me 2 minutes to kill a pair of Dour Hands. But if for some reason it did, then I will be kicked out in the middle of the combat. We don't want that to happen, right? Of course not. What do you say about that? Do you agree? Oh, you're too busy fighting me. All right, fine. Now, let's see. What is the best way out of here now? I think... Yeah, there he is. I could see the quest ring. Actually, this particular way out, I just figured out. I think just figured this out today on another character. Hi there! Great work, Pineleaf. Let's return and report your success. Yeah, let's go. We're finished demonstrating Ozma's love for explosions. Well done! With these tunnels collapsed, the Dour Hands should stop searching for riches in the Glimmer Deep. We should look to resume our mining efforts there once all the Dour Hands have vacated the mines. Well, like that's going to ever happen anytime soon. But that is the end of today's episode, and we'll see you next time for the second pair of missions for the last set of missions in Missions 101.